Hey gang, Mark Sweeney here, Chief Dentist at Austin Dental Spa in beautiful Austin, Texas. Welcome to another episode of Wisdom Wednesday. If you're tuning in for the first time, we do this every Wednesday around this time, and we bring just little, usually dental tidbits, but sometimes it's just about your health in general, things that you can put to use in your life right away. We have a theme every month, and as you know, this is the first Wednesday of February. So our theme this month is Focus on February. If it was Monday, I could have done Mick Jagger Monday. Anyway, we're going to be focusing on different aspects of your health this whole month of February. And it's a short month, so give me some credit. We only got four different episodes. But the focus this week is going to be on whitening. We haven't talked about this in a while in any of our Wisdom Wednesdays. It's been a while. But people have been coming in like crazy since the holidays, really started a little bit before the holidays. And I don't know whether it's because we've all been cooped up at home for the last 2 years with the bunker mentality, or whether people have stopped wearing their masks and they're starting to pay attention to their teeth. But we're doing 2 to 3 whitenings a day pretty much since the beginning of January. We got 2 booked tomorrow. We did 2 today. So people are really interested in whitening their teeth right now. Here's the standard shade guide that we've used for many years in dentistry. We set it from darkest to lightest. And back in dental school, they told us take these 2 lightest ones out, that those are not natural. That was 40 years ago that they said that. Now, to let you know how much things have changed, we've got 4 more shades that are even whiter than this one that people routinely, when they're doing veneers or smile makeovers, they want to go into that bleaching shade so that they don't have to worry about doing whitening, which we're going to talk about in a second, Zoom whitening. But this is the shade tab that we use when we start a whitening. We find out which color they are. Usually people are right down in there somewhere. And then typically we'll get 6 to 8 shades whiter. There's 6 right there that you can go from that to that in a 1.5 hour appointment. Sometimes maybe 2, but usually within 2 hours, we're going to get you whiter. So that's Zoom whitening is the most common one. For 20 years before Zoom came out, we used the trays that you take home. But really, honestly, anything that you can take home and swallow is not that, and not burn your gum tissue or your tongue, is not going to be strong enough to work, especially a peroxide gel base, which most of the over-the-counter whitening systems are. All the whitening toothpaste have some buffered form of hydrogen peroxide in them. So it will whiten teeth, but only in high concentrations, like 16 to 20%. And they've learned over the years how to buffer that, but still, it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks minimum to get a noticeable improvement. This light right here, this is the Zoom light. It's an LED light, so it gets very, very bright when it's turned on. I wouldn't even be able to look at it, even holding my hand here. That has a little mouth attachment, so it sits this far from your teeth. We put a bleach gel on your teeth. We cover all the pink stuff up, because if that bleach gel plus this light touches it, anything besides the tooth, it will actually chemically burn it. So we have to protect everything that's vulnerable. And then the teeth are exposed, but 3 to 4 15-minute sessions with this light and the gel, and people get 6 to 8 shades whiter. So that's our focus for this week. There's another way. Some people, maybe 10% of our patients that start out trying Zoom whitening, are unable to finish it because of extreme sensitivity issues. Usually within that first 15-minute session, they're going to notice that it's just like little electric shocks going through their teeth. So we abort that mission, and they graduate to core whitening. K-O, it's that Norwegian O with the 2 dots above it, R. You can find it online under core whitening, just K-O-R, normal English language. And core whitening is an amazing product. I've never seen anything like it in the 8 years that we've been using core whitening. We've taken some people that either did not get the result that they wanted from Zoom because their teeth are so thick, or they had tetracycline stained teeth, which are usually horizontal dark stripes in varying shades of brown that were from taking tetracycline back when they were kids and the enamel was forming on their teeth. Inside their body, their bones also have those dark stripes, but they don't show, but the teeth do, because the tetracycline binds to calcium. So any place that's using calcium in your body gets that's dark staining. So before 8 years ago, when core came out, tetracycline stained teeth, the only way you could get rid of that was to have crowns or veneers put over your teeth. Now we try the core whitening. We just skip the Zoom and go straight to core if they've got really, really dark stained teeth. And usually they come in saying, I've tried other bleaching products and they didn't work. So I'm looking at veneers and we're saying we should try the core whitening first. It's still significantly less than a single veneer. It's more than the Zoom whitening because it's more involved. We have to send it off, your impressions of your teeth off to California. The dentists that developed this technique, there's nothing else like it on the market. It's patented. Nobody except the people at core really know what's going on, but it's some kind of reverse osmosis process where it penetrates the enamel of the tooth and it cleans out any kind of debris by oxygenating inside the enamel without harming the enamel structurally, and it flat out whitens teeth. If you go to the website and look at core whitening, you'll see some before and afters. And first time I saw it 8 years ago, I thought, oh, they photoshopped those. But we have before and afters here in the office of people that didn't get the result they wanted with Zoom, so they went straight to core and they got amazing result. Saved them from having to look at doing veneers or something like that because their teeth, otherwise the shape was nice, they just didn't like the color. So core whitening is another product that is new and exciting in dentistry. Not so new anymore. 8 to 10 years it's been out. But if you have teeth down here and you want to get up here, you might consider the Zoom whitening, or if they're really dark down here or even worse, then you might want to consider core. So that's our focus on dentistry this week, and we'll have another one for you next Wednesday for Focus on February. I always give a health tip at the end of the talk. My health tip today, ironically, is about crunching ice and cracking teeth. There is a lot of evidence out there in the dental literature about people biting into a hard block of ice and breaking a tooth instead of crunching the ice. Now, sonic ice, that shaved ice, don't worry. That's you give me a big tall cup of that sonic ice, it's better than a Valium. I can go through that whole thing and it just kind of calms my whole body down. So that shaved ice doesn't cause a problem, but not that many places have it. Most of them have, like Subway has these big bricks of ice that are frozen solid, and they're really hard. And we used to have a Subway right across the street, and it did break a couple of my patients' teeth over the years. I'm sorry to see them go. But anyway, that's my health tip for the week, is be careful about the kind of ice you're chewing. If it's those big bricks, probably better off to just let it cool your drink down and not try to break it apart with your teeth. If it's the shaved ice, go for it. So that's my health tip. That's it for Wisdom Wednesday this week. I hope you got something informative out of it, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week for another version of Focus on February Wisdom Wednesday. See you next Wednesday.